Hey everyone, I'm Passanix, and welcome to another Plotting and Scheming Extra. This time we're gonna be breaking down the character kit for Quiggold, the new tank to go with the pirate faction. I am joined by Dagger, TJ, and Fatal. Sasha Aisha could not be with us today. He is on scheduled vacation. We hope he's enjoying himself, and we'll catch him, next week. But before we get into it, let's orient everybody's voices. Dagger, how you doing today?
It goes, man. It goes.
Sounds like a winner. I appreciate that. TJ, how you doing?
Same shit, different toilet. Let's go.
I'm in. And Fatal. What's good?
I'm here.
Right. All right. Well, let's get a move on, guys. So Quiggold, is the unit name. Alignment is dark side, which went to light side, and as of this recording, a couple weeks later, he is now back to dark side. So yeah,
that's right. He's WAI, baby. He's back.
It was
I do appreciate the 1 week of him not working with Afra, though. Like, fuck me, right? Like, hey, guess what? This week he doesn't work with Afra. Eat shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a bit tough. It is a bit tough. All right. So alignment is indeed dark side. Categories: tank, pirate, scoundrel, and Order 66 raid. Key attributes: Quiggold has strong synergy with Captain Ethano. And we remember from the previous video, that's a fact, because Ethano's unique makes specific callouts to Quiggold. But yeah, strong synergy with Captain Ethano and other pirates that are yet to come. Tank for the pirates.
Specifically, whenever Quiggold falls below 50% of his health for the first time, Ethano marks himself for 2 turns. While Ethano is marked this way, he gains 80% bonus protection, 40% offense and tenacity up until mark expires.
So there you go. Yeah, it's quite a bit tying in there. All right, his TB Omicron we don't care about, because this isn't a TB-related show. His basic Deck Sweeper allows Quiggold to steal Taunt from all enemies, while his special Buccaneer lets him steal Foresight and Tenacity up, and grants them to his fellow pirate allies. Neat. All right, inspiration, nothing else. In The Force Awakens, Quiggold and Captain Ethano were the pirates Finn joined up with right before the First Order attacked Maz Castle in Takodan. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember where he was from either. Okay, don't care about the rest of that. Strategy tips. Be aware when facing teams that can inflict buff immunity, as this will impact his stealing, taunt, and buffs. Okay. Spend his stacks of profit wisely, as some of the buffs that he gains, such as Bulwark, Retaliate, and Stun immunity, rely on the amount of stacks that he has. When using his special ability Buccaneer, focus on targeting Sith, because this ability has additional effects against them. FAQ, when do we unlock him? Yeah, his marquee's already come and gone. We're a little bit behind, again, due to my vacation a week or so ago. Is Quiggold required to unlock GL Hondo? Yes, you will need Quiggold at Relic 5. All right, and as always, we'll go ahead and start with his uniques so that we can understand how they relate to the rest of the kit. Unique 1, First Mate with Zeta. Final text: at the start of battle, Quiggold taunts for 2 turns and gains 10% defense, max health, and max protection for each pirate ally. If the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend light side pirate support, so specifically Maz Kanata, this taunt can't be dispelled or prevented, and Quiggold gains double those stat increases. Whenever Quiggold's health drops below 50%, he gains defense up and protection up 50% for 2 turns. And whenever Quiggold resists a debuff, he gains 1 stack of profit, maximum of once per turn. Whenever Quiggold taunts, he gains 1 stack of Bulwark, maximum of 5 stacks for every stack of profit for 2 turns. Holy crap. Let me read that again. Whenever Quiggold taunts, he gains 1 stack of Bulwark, a maximum of 5 stacks for every stack of profit he has for 2 turns. So I think if you're capped at 5 stacks of profit, I know there are going to be characters and conditions that will remove this cap, but let's say for the sake of argument that the cap is 5, that means you are gaining what? 1 stack about 5 times 5? Is that a correct reading of that, I wonder? All right. Quiggold is immune to stun if he has 5 or more stacks of profit. Sorry, was somebody about to chime in there? No? Okay. All right, so it is a bit of a mouthful.
Read as written, that works the way you said. Whenever he resists a debuff, he gains 1 stack of profit. Whenever he taunts, he gains 1 stack of bulwark, max 5 stacks. That's unclear about whether or not that's the amount of stacks he can have total, or that's how many stacks he gains from this trigger.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So read as written, it's what you said. However, I have a sneaky suspicion that it's actually capped at 5 stacks.
I'm sure somebody must have play tested this already, but fair enough. All right. Unique
I just wanted
2.
to throw that out there.
No. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. All right. Unique 2. Prayer Necklace. Zeta and Omicron. Final text. At the end of each of his turns, if Quiggold is taunting, he gains 1 stack of Retaliate, maximum of 5 stacks, for every 2 stacks of Profit. Interesting. For 1 turn, which can't be copied. If the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend pirate, excluding himself, and Ithano is an active ally, the first time Quiggold is defeated, consume all stacks of Profit on him, and all pirate allies recover 50% max health and protection, and gain damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And then that's where the TB.
You got a little mini old Ben. Has a little bit of a mini old Ben unique here, where when he dies, he steroids the team.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the
Except
retaliate
instead of giving out a bunch of offense stuff, gives them DI instead.
Mhm.
Because I think old Ben gives like offense up, crit chance up, and crit. He gives some amount of like offensive buffs, and this is just defensive buffs instead.
Fair. All right, let's go up to his basic Deck Sweeper. Final text. Deal physical damage to all enemies, then inflict defense down for 1 turn. Steal any taunt from all enemies and reset its duration. If no taunt was stolen and if Quiggold had 2 or more stacks of Profit, he consumes 2 of them and taunts for 1 turn. All right. I was wondering how we were going to be losing Profit. All right, special
When
one.
he dies or when
Hmm?
he uses his basic.
Yes,
Is it when he dies or uses his basic?
Yeah, and it's almost, it doesn't even bear mentioning. It's like, oh, you lose your buff Profit when you're busy being dead? Okay. Yeah, thanks, Unique. Thank you for clarifying that. It's good to know. All right, special one. Buccaneer, cooldown of 4. Final text. Steal any foresight and tenacity up from all enemies. Grant them to all pirate allies and reset their duration. Deal physical damage to all enemies, then inflict tenacity down and blind for 1 turn on all enemies. This attack can't be evaded. If Quiggold had 5 or more stacks of Profit, consume 5 of them and inflict 1 stack of damage over time for 2 turns, and remove 50% turn meter from the target enemy, which can't be resisted. This stack of damage over time and turn meter removal is doubled if the target enemy is a Sith. If no buffs were stolen, all pirate allies gain defense up and protection up 50% for 2 turns. So even if none of the conditions exist to capitalize on any of the other ton of crap in this ability, you can at least opt into defense up and protection up for 2 turns. All right.
I think this attack might be just straight up worse if you have 5 stacks of Profit. Oh no, never mind. If you don't steal buffs, if you don't steal buffs, this might actually just be better.
Well, it looks. If no buffs were stolen, I mean, yeah, the whole point is if no buffs were stolen. So, like, if none of the rest of this good stuff got to happen, you at least have a reason to click this button.
Yeah, I'm just saying 50% protection up is like ridiculous.
And defense up with it. Yeah, no, it's a pretty good ability. And that's in fact his only special. So that's the whole kit, guys. Again, by the time of this recording, I know Fatal did more than a week ago his review on Quiggold. So I expect we'll all have stuff to say, but yeah, tied in pretty well with Athano. No surprise there. Looks to be specifically called out to go with Maz Kanata. Probably perfectly functional with Hondo, but you're missing that last little bit here. What is it? And if the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend, light side pirate support, this taunt can't be dispelled or prevented, and Quiggold gains double of the 10% defense, max health, and max protection for each pirate ally. So it goes to 20%. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say how indispensable that undispellable, unpreventable taunt on Quiggold is, but that's as far as I can see on composition. Somebody who wants to go next? What you guys got? What do you think?
Notably, the his AoE can be resisted, just can't be evaded.
It's true. And you're not able to steal like a potency up or something. So does this make you think about having a potency cross or something?
Well, I'm mostly wondering how the tenacity down interacts with the blind. And if the tenacity down gets applied first, that's good because then the blind doesn't really need the potency tenacity check. Then it's just a 15% buffer.
Right.
But I'm wondering how these apply, right? Because it then inflict tenacity down in blind.
I was thinking
if
while
it
I
tries
was
to
reading the ability, is there any other AoE blind that inflicts other debuffs as well? Because I don't remember if Chupio's does other debuffs. Look it up real quick.
Thankfully, Wookiee is a small tag.
It makes blind have a daze effect from his unique. I don't think he does more than just blind. It just acts as a daze.
Dispel all buffs from all enemies and blind them for 2 turns. Yeah, no other debuffs strictly from this skill. Yeah. Okay. Well, what did you think about that, Fatal? Did you happen to play test and see anything interesting there?
I have no real intention to use Quiggold until, well, I guess at this point, probably until Maz Kanata comes. I continue to kind of. This is not a diss on SM33. If anything, SM33 is kind of partners with Quiggold in the sense that they just have insanely jacked numbers for their role. That, like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, SM33 is rolling with Afro right now and making people. I'm not going to complain about that necessarily. But man, the fact that this taunt is locked 3 months is like, to me, that lock taunt is the entire character, because the thing that you can't see on the kit reveal, and pretty much in my eyes, all that really matters for this character is his stats are huge. His base protection and health are huge. His defense is huge. His tenacity is super high. Like, this man, in my eyes, is just a brick. And he's a pretty good brick. Like, he doesn't really have kind of like reactivity that I can recall much. Like, percent health, I'm sure will bow him, but you're going to build him for defensive protection probably, so whatever. Like,
just a reminder that original Hondo is a support. So while he doesn't have a leadership, Quiggold only says that Athano has to be an active ally.
Right. Like, that is possible, but I don't know if that's, like... Admittedly, I haven't given them the time of day at all, just to even, like, see how they feel. That, like, maybe I'm missing out on something, but it feels like...
I do agree with you. I was mostly pointing out that in 3s, you may find a use to them with Hondo lead.
Yeah, like, Athano got, like, a slight rework, but the problem is, Athano's slight rework, I think, is almost entirely his lead. Like, the character looked a little bit better now, but I think it solely came from the lead rework. So
yeah, I think that's right.
You would have to give that up to get the locked on.
If Kix doesn't get married to this team in 3s, I think Hondo lead might be like something serviceable if you're trying to get the maximum out of Quiggold specifically. Because I don't recall Athano's lead even being like that fantastic even after they reworked it. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's decent now. It's not blowing me away, but I think they're... Pirates right now look to be shaping up to be like first Bad Batch 2, which, don't get me wrong, that you could do a hell of a lot worse than that position. There are a lot of teams right now that are worse than that position. Mace Windu, the new legendary character, I would argue is worse than that position. But yeah, no, I just don't feel a need to like really dig in on pirates at the moment, so I can't really say for sure. I think the big Quiggold topic that I see a lot about is Afra and I'll be honest with you, I don't think you should use Quiggold and Afra. Like,
I
look,
thought
man,
it once was really bad, and that's back when it was Dark Side.
he doesn't if he was 2-turn locked on, I'm having a very different conversation right now. But he's not.
All the things that were gonna beat Kersantin, who was a better tank, we're gonna beat Quiggold anyways.
Even if Africron wasn't making Kersantin do that, L3 would still be a better tank to run than Quiggold, because L3 is at least offering you a variety of features to the squad. She's giving you that clutch, she's giving you that savior to the droids that is like you lose the summon, but don't get me wrong, the summon, sure, if the team is hard to kill and you get back to around a cycle and you get the huge true damage nuke, yeah, that's nice. But especially if we're talking on defense, that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna reach that point. That is just.
And to the idea that Quiggold's usefulness with Afra might be limited, at the time of this recording, there's still this really, nasty Dr. Afracron focused Datacron from set 21. And part of its feature is that you can't target Afra until all of her droid allies, I think Darkside droid allies, have to be dead. Which means that if you have allies on your team that are not droids, then it's all the sooner that they can actually just target her directly. So that's a drawback to having Quiggold or Kersantin there, in terms of maximizing the time that you can't go after her, potentially bringing it back around to summoning all the droids back. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Probably limited usefulness until you have the full team. Quick question though, I've been laboring under the assumption that Galactic Legend Hondo will also be neutral. Is that false?
He's dark side.
They already announced he was going to be Dark Side.
Yeah, he's dark side
That's
attacker.
okay. I probably even had read that and just since forgot because it's so infrequent. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
about it
no,
right now.
they called him out in his when he talked about it. He was not going to be into that facet. We won't see that.
Okay,
One of
so
the
yeah,
reasons why neutral sucks is because Datacrons are dumb.
Yeah, CG should not print another neutral character until they reconcile the current state of neutral to make
100% agree.
the shape of the game.
Fair.
Yeah, and I honestly don't believe they will. He may be the only one we ever see as far as a neutral, only for the alignment of maybe, I don't know, Revan or something like that. Maybe, but it's to me, you can't really put him into a factor, so that's kind of tough.
They'll eventually solve it just to give us like a Revan, but
I can see that.
Yeah,
they need to solve it to where level 3s and 6s say instead of light side, they say non-dark side or non-light side, which I understand is stupid, but otherwise Hondo is just kind of useless.
Mm-hmm.
He's just an added utility knife, right? Because you get in, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you get into GAC, he gets that added utility knife of doing this. And he gets the name pirate, so it's there.
Smugglers and scoundrels and pirates,
right?
So he'll be and mercenaries. So
yeah, I was about to say, I think he's earned himself a very respectable position on Balin's team in 5 vs 5, full time in it.
Oh yeah, I was mostly pointing out that Datacrons are fucky, and until they fix Datacrons, I don't expect to see any neutral characters.
Fair. All right, back on Quiggold himself, though. Other observations you guys had about this kid?
The combo pack of the defense down tied into Athano. I think that's you're starting to get to see what the team is going to do. I think the call out from Fatal on Bad Batch-esque feels very good, but obviously not until we see Maz pull the team together to see the full power of the team. But seeing those two work in conjunction with one another, you start to see Athano pushes some pretty good numbers hitting into those defense down characters. And since that's going across the board, that makes it nice. And when you're ramping in or tying in stealing the buffs as well, the call us to each other, I think Fatal nailed it with this is just another Bad Batch-esque team of put this piece with this piece. They've already called out literally in the design of this is going to be your team. They want Quiggold, they want Athano and everybody else to be with Maz. This is the setup for it. You obviously have your Smeed lifter, and Smeed's that dude's numbers are so cool. It is feeling very Jogan-esque of, oh look, point, you die. Move on, next team, you die. So it's like I am excited to see where it goes. But mechanically for Quiggold specifically, it's nice. And Fatal's also right. Those numbers that he's putting up are just dummy numbers as far as his stats and what they look like.
Yeah.
I just really
it got revealed. I was like, eh? And then when SM33's stats were visible, I was like, oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. He I saw people doing it, and I think Tash, you said it. It's like I feel, and that Fatal, you said it. This feels like a very Smee, right? I get Quiggold's easy and easy. He's a tank. He's gonna have really good stuff. Smee feels very deserving of an R9. I know Fatal, you said that. I'm like, I could see this, man, because this guy is crazy dumb. But Quiggold together, I like what you're getting to see from the mechanics. Obviously, I poked fun at Athano when it was Athano solo. Just getting to play the event and seeing Athano and Quiggold together, I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I didn't have any of those issues getting anyone dead. I watched the fights after you said that, and none of my guys came close to dying, and they all fell over relatively quickly. So I don't know. Maybe your AI is like more fucky than mine.
I like what I'm seeing with the mechanic tie-ins.
Where I
Yeah.
felt like he was. I don't know.
So
No, I appreciate how these guys have. I appreciate how Quiggold has like an over. For as many words are in it, his kit is relatively simple.
mhm.
And I really appreciate kits that, like, I'm not going to call them simple, but I appreciate the kits where it's like, hey, I do this thing for my team and I do it well, and I don't need to go anyplace else.
Mhm.
I appreciate those characters. It means I don't have to put any thought into where I want to use them.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a super team together. The way they've designed it, and Quiggold, I think, gives good lending to it. That this is going to be feeling like a complete team once all of the pieces are here for us to play with it. I think
Yeah.
once we get to see that, kicks is super cool, and obviously we're not doing it today, but it's like I like what we're seeing with the door opening up.
Yeah. Quick question, or I mean, any other comments about the kit in general are welcome, but I did want to focus a moment on mods. So before we go there, anything else about the kit in general from anyone? Okay. As far as mods go, yeah, Fatal pointed out earlier, with as high as the stats are on this guy, in particular, his tenacity is righteous. Look at that. It's, what is that, 145% base, essentially. So that means, a tenacity cross and some half decent secondaries, and you can pretty easily be at 200%. I think it will behoove us to do that because, yeah, even CG called out that buff immunity's bad news for this guy. So probably tenacity belongs in as a small set at the very least. How about health versus protection skew? Just for the purposes of having some mods on him, it costs me nothing to put him in 4 health primaries. Clearly, I'll probably make the adjustment for the tenacity cross at the very least. But what do you guys think about a health or protection skew
Prot
so far?
Prot primaries for sure. He has like the second or third highest prot in the game.
Yeah.
Speedless, 3 defense set, 4 protection primary. I don't give a fuck about debuffs. This man is not taking turns. He is not. He started with the lock taunt. Do what you must. I've already won.
It's true. It's true. All right, I can see that. So maybe if there ends up being merit to running him under Hondo's lead instead of Maz's lead, where we will not have the lock starting taunt, maybe at that point a reconsideration for tenacity might be warranted. But I can see why you're saying that. I mean, we'll have Maz before we have Hondo, right?
Well, my initial plan for him was like not 0 speed, but maybe 200 speed, 200-ish speed, full tenacity, 3 prot primaries. Similar to what Fatal was saying, but like I'm probably going to lean a little bit less into defense because first off, my account just doesn't have the defense set, so like, whatever. Maybe I'll get there one day, but also because I do think that if he takes a couple turns, like if you don't put tenacity on him, he's going to struggle a lot more on defense.
Agreed.
And if I ever want to post this team, I think Fatal's right when it comes to maximizing his stats. I just wonder how good he's going to be in certain matchups if they because you know how these like support cron gives buff immunity, right? Like there are characters that do that. Like if they put out a character that does it, or you take this into a team that has bad batch echo on it, right? You could just expose the rest of your team. I understand that was a bad example, but the point I'm trying to make is I do believe that the tenacity
I just wanted to call out one thing for you real quick, or make sure we're on it. The Hondo definitely goes live before Maz gets released.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
It's in Maz's. I wanted to make sure I called that because I was like, that doesn't sound right. And they actually said it in her kit, which we're not doing today. And one of the key points that no, she will come out after Hondo, which kind of gives us a timing relevance of where it'll be at.
All right. All right. Any other notes, guys, on mods, on anything to do with the character?
I kind of agree, depending on where he'll be. Go ahead. Sorry, Fatal.
No, I was just gonna say the only reason why I'm talking about Speedless is like think of it as like Temple Guard. The slower he is, the longer that lock taunt lasts. And I don't know if I mean, the faction might be able to beat some stuff before Maz comes out, but I guess my question would be: are you doing it because it's good, or are you doing it because it's novel?
Yeah,
I think Stump, because you want his special to go at a very specific time, right? Like you're talking about the immunity. So when he's going to do his first move, I can't not being to me it would be like the special, right? And that special's pushing out tenacity up. It's literally in his thing. So it's like that timing. So slow and steady wins the race, in my opinion. And then protection up, defense up. All of these.
Crucially, it is only steal. So it's only if they have it. It's not giving it to you. It's taking it if they have it.
That's kind of like the idea of what I'm saying with the timing. For me, I kind of agree with Tree Stump. Hold it down. When Sticky Taunt comes out, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because what he's going to be at. But it's like, I don't need him to do a lot of things other than you can hit me. And especially with Bulwark, right? Especially if the Bulwark's on there. Getting that's that built in. That basically makes you a super trooper of you may touch me, but none should pass.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other notes then? Dagger, anything from you in closing?
No, I just think that what Fatal said, I'm not gonna call him like a mod rack, because I think he's slightly better than that, but definitely limited use for the next 2-ish months.
Yeah.
At least some people in my guild, and I've seen some other screenshots of him being good in the raid. So
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you guys for joining me to record this video, and thanks to everybody tuning in to watch. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a like and hit subscribe to the channel to see more. Appreciate that support. Until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.